Welcome to episode 7 of Everything Wrong with MMPR, a series where I analyse all the logical and editing errors in the original series of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. If you're a fan of the show or if you've been following this series, you'll know that Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was actually based on a Japanese show. The English show was mostly Japanese footage edited together from different episodes into a different order and just dubbed over with English audio to try and make a new story. It didn't usually work, and today's episode is no exception. But good news, today it's not just me, I got some help.
Hi, I'm also Scott from NerdSync. Not only do Scott and I share a name, but we also share a love for pointing out errors in TV shows that were aimed at audiences much younger than us. I'm an old man.
Okay, so it's established that we are both cool guys. Let's get started talking about episode 7, Big Sisters. So the episode begins with the gang clowning around at the youth centre. Trini and Kimberly explain that they've enrolled in a Big Sisters program, but Maria, the 12-year-old girl they're supposed to be mentoring, is missing. It turns out Maria is a bit of a troublemaker. She's actually snuck off to turn off the hot water in the boys' shower. And oh my god, she's the creepiest kid I've ever... What? Okay, I need to compose myself after seeing that disgusting child. Scott, do you want to take over while I just get over that?
The episode then cuts to Rita on her moon base, and she says that she's located something called the power eggs that will give her some kind of amazing power. She teleports down to a cave on Earth, but when they try to open, she remembers, oh yeah, that's right, only a kid can open them. How could I forget that crucial detail?
I forgot! Ooh, only a child can open this box!
Apparently, if an adult tries to open them, the table turns into TV static, I guess. Also, she spent thousands of years looking for these things and just straight up forgot the idea that only a kid can open them. That maybe she shouldn't be the leader of the bad guys.
So back on the moon base, we see Rita talking to Finster. She's asking him to make her a new monster. You can see on the table that he's working on Pudgy Pig, which was actually the monster from the previous episode. The reason for that is they just reused this scene and put new audio over the top of it. So anyway, they settle on a monster called Chunky Chicken, and then it cuts back down to Earth where the girls and Maria are having a picnic.
The picnic is interrupted by putties, and although the girls put up a good fight by kicking a bunch of them in their face, the putties do grab Maria and get away. Back at the youth center, the boys are eating way too much ice cream. What the hell? Either way, the girls arrive and tell them all about the Maria situation. They need to get to the command center, but unfortunately, for some reason, the communicators aren't working, so they can't teleport. But luckily, Billy has a plan.
I call it the rad bug. It's capable of transporting us to any destination on the planet's surface.
So what's so rad about it?
It does 0 to 3,000 in 2.8 seconds. 0 to 3,000 in 2.8 seconds.
Okay, cool. So basically they've got a car that can just drive really fast and oh my god, it can fly. So they get to the command center and Zordon explains the egg thing. Basically, some ancient sorcerers hid a mystical power inside of 2 eggs and then threw them into the ocean for their ancestors to protect. So the Japanese episode has a slightly different story in relation to the eggs. They explain that the eggs were the last dinosaur eggs and a tribe threw them into the ocean so that another tribe could hopefully find them and protect them, and that is actually what happened. The English episode doesn't have this story though, so it doesn't actually explain why eggs that were thrown into the ocean were found in a cave. Whatever. Zordon tells them that Rita is going to make Maria open the box and they have to stop her. And then suddenly the box is already open. I guess that must have happened off screen, and the reason for that is obviously Maria does not exist in the Japanese footage, so they couldn't actually show it. They just have to say it happened.
So the Rangers are driving to the rescue in the rad bug, and you might be wondering, why are they driving? Why not just fly there in their flying car that they have? Well, they try to explain this in the show.
We just fly the car over there.
Because approaching by ground makes us less visible. It might allow us to surprise Rita.
You know what also might surprise her? Billy flying there in a car at over 2,000 miles an hour. But no, Billy the genius says, we can take these country roads leisurely speed. It's gonna take 10 hours to get there.
So Rita's gang emerge from the cave. Rita is watching from the moon and she is super happy that they got those eggs. So the Rangers arrive, and throughout this scene, the background changes like a billion times. There's a forest behind them, and then suddenly they're on top of a cliff, and then they fire at Goldar, who is for some reason in a quarry, and the eggs go flying and land in an ocean somehow, even though there was no ocean anywhere near them before. Also, that shot is clearly the same shot shown by Zordon earlier, the Morphin Masters first throwing the eggs into the ocean.
So anyway, the Rangers now appear in the quarry, they fight Goldar and the chicken, and then Rita shows up on a giant, is that like a penny farthing bicycle? That's pretty cool.
Back at the command center, Zordon talks about how the chicken has Maria tied up at some abandoned factory, and it shows the factory, and the chicken and Rita and Goldar are all there. And wait, what the hell? Weren't they just fighting the Rangers like 1 second ago in the scene before? How are they now just standing up on a factory plank? What the hell? This could be attributed to the fact that this one episode is actually a combination of 2 of the Japanese episodes, so they were just kind of trying to cram a whole bunch of crap in.
Now the Rangers call in the Zords and form the Megazord. There's also a shot where we see that the person tied up is actually a Japanese actress and not the Maria that we've seen throughout the rest of the episode, which I think is actually quite lucky for us, because Maria is so creepy.
The chicken cuts the rope, but the Megazord catches Maria just in time, and then it cuts to Rita being really mad, and then it cuts back to Megazord, who is now holding the power sword in his hand instead of Maria. Rita then uses her staff to make the chicken grow, the Rangers call in the Radbug by remote, and suddenly the sword is gone and Maria is back in the hand, and also there is clearly someone driving that car. Come on, they didn't even try to hide that idiot. Sit still, man. They get into a fight with the giant chicken where the scissor weapon that it uses randomly appears and disappears from his hand a bunch of times for no real reason, and then the Rangers call the power sword, even though they did have it in that shot earlier.
They use the sword to kill the chicken, and then it just kind of cuts back to Rita and the gang back on the moon, so I guess they teleported away at some point, I don't know. Doesn't really go into too much detail there. She's just really angry at everyone for being idiots like she is at the end of every episode. Classic Rita. Anyway, back at Angel Grove, we see a news report.
Latest Power Rangers update. Wendy?
The Power Rangers not only did battle, but they saved a little girl.
I've been the most popular kid in class.
So this news report thing isn't really an error, but it kind of frames the whole series in a different light. It's like the general public are well aware that there's aliens on the moon trying to kill them every day. Like, why do they still live in Angel Grove? This is the only city in the world that seems to be getting attacked. Why hasn't everyone just moved away? Anyway, the episode ends in usual hilarious style with Kimberly dropping a bowl of chili on Bulk's head. Food. So that was episode 7. Did we miss any errors, any stupid crap that you noticed and we didn't? Let me know in the comments. Big thanks to Scott from NerdSync for doing this video for me. His channel is much bigger and much better than mine, and he took time out of his busy schedule to film this stuff, so thanks boy. Definitely go check out his channel if you haven't already. Imagine if Vsauce only made videos about like nerdy comic book stuff. That's his channel. Anyway, thanks for watching. Smash that like button. Oh, that was a mistake, but I'm gonna keep that in.